Dunder and Backset. Dunder and Backset. However, the use of dunder in rum making is not without its risks. If not properly managed, dunder can become contaminated with harmful bacteria and other microorganisms that can spoil the rum. Additionally, the high acidity of dunder can corrode the metal components of the stills, which can lead to equipment failure and production delays. Despite these challenges, many rum distillers continue to use dunder in their production processes. By carefully managing the fermentation and aging processes, they are able to create rums that are rich, complex, and full of character. So, the next time you enjoy a glass of rum, remember the important role that dunder plays in its creation. Backset, also known as stillage or spent mash, is a byproduct of the distillation process that has been used for centuries by distillers to enhance the flavor and quality of their spirits. It widely used in the manufacture of sour mash whiskey. It the leftover liquid from the previous distillation run that typically discarded and made up of water, spent grains, and yeast, and may contain some residual alcohol. The exact composition of backset can vary depending on the type of spirit being distilled and the specific distillation process being used. One of its primary uses in distilling is to adjust the pH level of the mash. Backset typically acidic due to the presence of lactic acid-producing bacteria, which can help to reduce the pH of the new mash. It can be beneficial because it creates an environment that more conducive to the growth of yeast and can improve the flavor and aroma of the finished product, and can enhance the character of the finished product. It can also be used as a source of nutrients for the yeast during fermentation. The spent grains and other organic material in the backset can provide essential nutrients such as nitrogen, amino acids, and vitamins that the yeast needs to grow and multiply, and distillers can reduce the amount of additional nutrients they need to add to the mash. While there are many benefits to using backset in distilling, there are also some potential drawbacks to consider. One of the primary concerns with its use is the risk of contamination. Because of a mixture of organic material and water, it can be a breeding ground for bacteria and other microorganisms. If it not properly handled and stored, it can become contaminated and introduce unwanted flavors and aromas into the finished product. Another potential drawback of using backset is that it can be difficult to maintain consistency from batch to batch. Because its composition can vary depending on the specific distillation run, it can be challenging to ensure that each new batch of mash is receiving the same level of nutrients and acidity. In distilling, dunder and backset are two terms used to describe different methods of controlling the pH during the mashing process. Dunder refers to the practice of adding an acidic substance, such as lactic acid or citric acid, to the mash in order to lower its pH. Backset, on the other hand, refers to the practice of using a portion of the previous distillation stillage in the mash for the next distillation. Enjoy Moonshine Life Recipes.